Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today I just wanted to share with you a folio template that I made. So the idea of these is a few things. Print them out on a cardstock, cut them out, and use them to trace around onto designer paper or something like that. So we've got the front that you would kind of like a trifold. And we got some big pockets. Now this is kind of based on the lilac folio that I did. But I thought, well, maybe people don't want lilac. They might have some great paper that they love. So you could use scrapbook paper or anything like that. So I've changed it up a little bit, because I don't have all the little cutouts and fussy cutting. So I've added a few extra tabs, a few extra journaling cards, etc. Sorry if you can see the lines underneath. I actually printed it on some used paper to recycle. And of course the pockets and whatnot. And we're going to make one of these together. But why stop at printing it out, cutting it out, tracing it, cutting it out again, when you can just print it directly onto any paper that you want? Now this is on a 65-pound cardstock that I buy at Michael's, which I printed some collage paper that I had made digitally, and I printed it right on the top. Now you can see the lines quite well. So now I can cut this out and I can make my folio. And we're going to make this together on this video just so you can see what these are like to make. And like I say, it's loosely based on the lilac folio that I made that is in the shop. So you could do scrapbook paper. If you have 12 by 12 paper, just cut it down to 8.5 by 11, which is the size of paper that we use here. If you're somewhere that uses a different size of paper, just make it fit to what you're on. Click the fit to page button and you should be good to go. But these are great on any kind of paper. Like I say, this was a collage set, digital collage paper set that I had made a number of years ago actually. And it's in the shop. So let me cut all this up and then I'll come back and we'll assemble this together just so you can have an idea of how to use this template. But it's 5 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 pages. And the possibilities of putting this together, you can put it together in so many different ways. So I'm going to be right back after I cut this out. Okay, so I've got everything cut out and I've got it all distressed with vintage photo. And we can start putting it together. And I've got a bunch of leftover little strips and pieces. You never know what we'll use those for. Got the pockets and stuff. All the tags and tickets and whatnot. And remember, you can assemble this so many different ways. So this is what the cover will be like. So I want to start with this here is like a little extra page. And I'm going to put it right over here. Always remember to make sure that your seams aren't going to bind up when you're moving it around. So you want it, you know, just on the edge of the line. Now, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this, but you can see where I've distressed that piece. So when I put this on, it's going to be right about like that. So on the line, but not quite touching the line. I'm going to use Art Glitter Glue today. And I'm going to just glue up this flap. It's fairly easy overall to assemble it. It's just a matter of getting your thing straight, and always remember too that we're hand cutting these, and it's something that was handmade. So, you know, we might have to do a little trimming. I'm going to fold that over and make sure that I've got that good there. Now, even if I wasn't going to, I'm going to put a pocket here, but even if I wasn't going to, that would still look okay like that. This big pocket is going to go over here. Now, I've made them so that they pretty much fit in any spot. However, there is times that you might need to trim just that little bit. Just kind of giving it the once over to make sure that everything seems okay, and it does. We're going to make this into a pocket, so we're going to go down the 3 edges. A lot of this stuff you do not need to put a backing on it, but some pieces I do like to have a backing. And I'm trying to just get the very edge because I don't want to take up too much of the pocket with the glue. Now, I could have left the little fold things on it, but I actually prefer my pockets without that. But everybody is different. So if I make it with, it's easy to cut them off. So there's that. We're going to have a big pocket there. It did not matter to me that this writing was upside down. That's the thing if you're printing on something that's directional, but yet this one here is okay. Because, and being that I used the collage paper, digital collage paper, the writing and whatnot was kind of all over it. Anyways. So there is that. Now, you can use these as pockets or whatever. They'll fit pretty much any place and then some. Like this, they'll go onto here. They'll go on to any which place you want. I have chosen, I've left these flaps on. And I am going to put them back to back. Now this is just how I decided to do it. And so many ways to do this. So let's glue up on these flaps. And then line it back up. I find the easiest way to line these up is to stand them up on end like this, although it makes it so you can't see, but you'll see once I get it lined up. Line it up the best I can before I start pushing it all down. And as I said, being that we're using pieces that are handmade, hand cut, we might have to trim. And that is okay. So now we've got quite a big pocket there, and that will be okay. I can trim that off just a little bit. I'm not usually too worried if it lines up perfectly or not. A little bit of ink on one side or the other. Now, my idea is I'm going to make this into a flip pocket. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too thick. Just going to see if I can get a little bit of glue right in there. Kind of just miss the corner there. There we go. And I'm going to trim that off just a smidge. Add a little ink on there. Ink on there to get rid of that white. Now I could, if I put it on this side, I'm going to get the white. So I'm going to put it on this side, so then that color is facing up. Let's ink this down. The possibilities on how to put this together are so many different ways on how you arrange it. Now I'm going to put it in just a little bit because I've got room there. Let's put that. Make sure it's stuck down really good. And I'm okay with that. You could put something down there. You know, something like this could go. It's not quite the right shape, but... Or you could just put like this on top of it, or the pocket, or anything you want. But I thought that made a really good pocket there. So now we've got the basis of our folio. So you'd open it up, you got that, and you got this, you got a big pocket. We've got this here little pocket, and it could go here. I think if I put it there, I would cut it down just a tiny little bit. But I think I'm going to put it here. Let's glue down 3 sides of this. Again, I choose to cut the little flaps off. That is purely a individual preference. I just find sometimes it adds too much bulk depending on what I'm doing. I'm going to leave a tiny little gap. Get it pressed down on all the sides. Okay, so now we've got pretty much all of our our pockets in. However, I've got all these strips that are just left over, different widths and whatnot. So I happen to have this one, and I thought that would make a cute belly band on that page. So why not use it up? Just finding a pencil, and I'm just going to draw two little lines, and I'm going to snip that off. Make sure again that it's going to fit, and it is. I'm going to put some ink around there, just more to take away that white little core of the paper. And let's glue this down. And let's put a little bit of glue on either side. And decorating these, the possibilities are endless. Okay, that looks good. I thought this went really good with the pinks on there. And it's a good way to use up those little scraps. Now we can start putting things in the pocket. This one here we want something really tall in. And again, this is one of those things, it's a long deep pocket. So it's always harder to put things in a long deep pocket. And because of the way I glued it, there we go, so it does fit good. But I want to put a tab on the top of here, because I think it would help to have something pull it in and out of there. So let's put this one on there. Tabs really do help when it comes to putting things in bigger pockets. Let's put that on the top. I'm not going to decorate any of the tags and whatnot. Sorry, trying to concentrate on getting this nice and even on there. Okay, that will do. All that I've done is ink them. Now you could totally decorate this up, front to the back. I'm just kind of showing you the basic of the folio, and then, you know, a person can just go to town on these. Now, I find the one thing with doing this on camera is you're always at a weird angle. Hold on. Okay, it really does go in here quite easy. When you get at the right angle, there we go. I want it to kind of be centered in that hole. And that's going to stick up at the top. And that is okay. I don't mind that at all. Be a good place for a little dangle or something pretty. Now we've got this biggest tag, I think. It will have to trim down to go into these because it was made to fit into the other pockets. So it will go in any of these trim down. So all that we're going to do is trim off that brown edge. And I'm going to trim it off on it all. I always trim everything down on the outside of the brown edge because it's easier to trim it down after if we need to. Now, if I would have left all the flaps on these pockets, this would fit. Because it's all just, do you like those on the pockets or not? They do supply your pocket with a lot more room, and it slides things in and out way easier. But on the other hand, it makes it thicker. And I'm trying to keep it thinner if I can. So we got this. So I'm gonna put it in this pocket. There we go. And I was gonna put in this large tag on this side. And then in the belly band, let's put this here for now. And over in this one, see, it almost fits. Almost. And again, this one would fit if I had left the flaps on. Let me know in the comments, do you like to leave those flaps on and have the extra space in the pocket? Or do you prefer to glue your pockets on without them? I just figured if I had them on there, then you've got that option, whether you like it or don't like it. Or leave one flap on, make it like a flip, like I did with this here pocket here. I like to have the option either way, because maybe there might be times I would use the flap pockets. Okay, let's put this in here. And we can also put some of these little guys in here. We might as well put these in there too. Now, as for decorating, the possibilities are endless. I would definitely put something on here, I think. And could use even an extra pocket. We could put a belly band on there as well. All kinds of things to do. But I have a bunch of just little clusters out of fabrics and lace and whatnot. And these are great to use. Put them down and then put something in the middle and poof, you're done. I could use them as a topper on a tag. Dress up the belly band. Put it at the top of this tag just for a little something extra on the pocket there. I've also got all of these clusters pre-made in a book, so I could rip any of those out, plop it on a page, and I'm done. So simple. I can use these tags. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put one of these on the top of this. And again, this is something that you could do at any time. Add things that went with the journal. If you were going to use this as a bit of a journal insert, then you could decorate it to kind of match your journal. Let's try to get that on as straight as we can. So just like that, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on the top of this. Now all that I'm going to do is glue this down. And I find the art glitter glue holds just about anything. And I'm just going to put that down at a bit of an angle. And then we need one thing just for on the top of it. Okay, so I got this little shiny flower thing. I'm just going to cut the excess off. I have tons of these. I got them off of a piece of cloth that I had, and that can go just right on top, just like so. Quick, easy. That's why I love these little clusters. I have hundreds of them made up. And whenever my container of my lace, my bits of lace, get full, that's what I do, is I make those. Let's get that a little press down. And now that's going to fit into this pocket. Really, really nice. And it's going to give a little bit of extra. Then these will tuck in below it. Let's see. Now these we could make a little belly band. I can make a little pocket over here and put those in it. The possibilities would be endless on where I could put these. I could do a little pocket down there, and I could do a little pocket out of some of this little strip stuff. This right along there could act like a little pocket to hold little tiny things like that. And I kind of like that idea, so let's go ahead and cut this. Did I cut it good? Oh, need to take a little more off, and it's a little bit crooked. Let's try that. And again, I don't want to bind up on here or on there. Let's ink this up. So I hope you like this folio. Ooh. Kind of like that side even better. Let's see this side. This folio template is in the shops. I hope you will go and check it out. And as for a closure on this, or how we close it, so many ways of doing that. You could just wrap something around, make a little flap, use a Velcro dot. There, now we got a cute little pocket to put those in, just so easy. So that is the little folio. I've got a piece of pink lace. And I'm just going to tie this up. So you could just tie that up, just easy. But what I want to do is I've got 2 of these that are the same size, and I am going to make a little closure. I am going to glue half of this just like that, and I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to line up the little curves with the edge. Okay, so we got that part. I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it on here. Piece of celery silk, some seam binding, lace, trim of any kind, a little piece of fabric. Lots and lots of different ways. Nice little piece of chain. Pretty much any kind of closure would work for this. And then I am going to use, because I kind of want this to be finished for a project, so I am going to use a little piece of Velcro. Now I get these at Michael's, and it is Velcro. Even though they are really, really sticky, I always put some glue on it because I want to give it just that extra bit of security. And that is going to go right on the end. Now, because they're so small, you barely see them. I'm going to take the other side. Put it on top of there. I'm going to get it a little bit of glue, and this is going to go over and to where I want it to close. Press that down. Now I try not to open and close it too many times until I know that glue is set. But I am going to open it up. I'm going to be careful because I want to make sure that stays. And there is folio template number 1. Again, so many ways. We've got a couple extra tabs. Other than that, we've got everything in here. And I could easily put the tabs on a few of these tags. So many possibilities when you print this out on your own papers or scrapbook papers, any kind of 8.5 by 11 inch papers. If you do A4s or something, I'm sure it would work. I don't do A4 paper because I'm in Canada, but I'm sure it would work for A4 or other size of papers as well. But just a fun folio, and so many possibilities on decorating and assembling it as well. So check them out in the shop. Check out the other links. Here's the pattern. Again, you could cut it out and use it, trace it, but I personally just love printing it onto designer paper of some kind. So there you go. Folio template number 1. I also hope to have more in the future. So have fun with this, and thank you so much for watching, subscribing, sharing, and hopefully shopping. We will see you soon. Bye.